Hey viewers, this is Fernando from SkyFi Audio. If you are a fan of the channel, you'll know, or you've seen recently, some of the videos we've posted about JBL studio monitors. We recently acquired a pair of reference speakers. This is in the Holy Grail category, the 4343s, an amazing JBL studio monitor from the 70s. And I thought I'd show fans an affordable alternative to the 4343, which is this JBL Studio Monitor 4408. It's a modestly sized speaker. It's probably around 18 inches tall, from the 1970s, and we've acquired a bunch of these recently from a radio studio in New York City. We actually went there as they were relocating the radio studio, and we pulled a bunch of 4408s and 4412s from the ceiling of all these radio studios. So these have the sort of provenance you'd expect. So these did not go to someone's house. These were used professionally for 40 years almost. I think these were built in the late 70s, early 80s. So we pulled them down from the ceiling, which is a common application or mounting in studios for both recording and broadcast, where they would hang these laterally from the ceiling. And that's why they're in such condition. They're absolutely mint condition because they were not moved around, you know, from family member to family member. These were set in place for the entire lifespan. So I thought I'd go into a few details about the 4408 and why we're fans of this speaker. So the naming convention illustrates the size of the woofer. So the 44 is the series, the 8 is the size of this woofer. It's a two-way speaker ported to the front, as many studio monitors are. And the notable sort of specification on this is the fact that this tweeter is titanium. This was pretty revolutionary in the 1970s for a manufacturer to use a titanium tweeter. They were one of the first to do so. And JBL maintained that sort of tweeter technology on their studio speakers for decades after that. So 8-inch ported in the front. There is a high-frequency attenuation control in the front that lets you dial in between +1 and -10. I imagine these are dB. They call it high frequency level. So this allows you to sort of turn up and down the volume on the tweeter, depending on your taste. The crossover is located here in this behind this board here, along with the port. They're meant to, even though the writing is upright, many people use these sideways, as I'll show you in a second. Let me go around the entire cabinet so you can get a sense of it. It's got a really nice walnut, like a medium walnut finish. And in the back, it's fitted with 5-way binding posts, which is great. A lot of the vintage studio monitors have spring clip terminals or crappy connectors. It's nice to see these banana. They're relevant by today's standards. You can use standard banana plugs on them, you can use high quality spades, or you could feed up bare wire through them. So this is what we like to see. It keeps things simple. They did come with grills, which I'll show you as well. And again, they're fairly modest in size, but the performance is tremendous. If you've got a small to medium room, somewhere between 10 to 15 feet squared, these will do really well. Now, they are near-field monitors. They are meant to be used fairly close to your listening position, but we found that these kind of fill a mid to small size room really well, even at distance. So they came to us fitted with these brackets. These are custom-made hardwood brackets. As I mentioned, since they were hanging from the ceiling, this particular recording studio must have had these brackets fashioned for the speakers. They are very, very well built. They've got pinned joints. They're made of hardwood and super, super sturdy. So these would have been hanging in this orientation from the ceiling, which allowed the studio or recording engineer to kind of rotate them and tilt them as well. Here you see a speaker mounted sort of like a floor. We just turned the bracket upside down, and it actually does pretty well on the floor. If you've got a room with a stair in the middle, this will be a neat configuration if you wanted to just use this particular stand. Or you could just sit it upright. I think if you look at our website, you'll see this speaker also on a stand in portrait mode. Here's a shot of the grills. Pretty cool grill with the nomenclature on the bottom, made of some sort of plastic. In terms of efficiency, these are fairly efficient speakers. These are 89 dBs, which means that an amplifier modest in power will drive them well. I would say anything between 20 and 60 watts should do justice to these. We've tried them with some tube amplifiers and gotten some great results, mainly with Macintosh MC240s, 275s. I've also tried these with some solid state. I had a Lin, like a 40-watt Lin amplifier that also did really well with them. So it's an easy load, easy to drive, and fairly forgiving. You can find these on our website. We've got, at the time of this video, we've got 4 or 5 pairs. All the 4412 sold, which were very similar speaker, but 3-way with a 12-inch driver. These are still available. SkyFiaudio.com if you're interested. If you're local to the market, you can come have a quick listen, to make sure that they fit your taste. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. It'll keep us motivated to keep bringing you these videos. So here you have it, 44.8 from JBL Studio Monitor. Thanks for watching.